Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're heading to a place that, well, it might seem pretty quiet on the surface, a district in central India,
Right.
but underneath, there's this huge, shining secret, diamonds. And our mission today, it's not just about the facts, but really digging into the connections, the deeper story of this really amazing place, Panna.
And Panna is just so compelling, I think, because it's like a living piece of India's ancient diamond story. It's where, the geology, the economy, the culture, it all just sort of blends together. It
Yeah.
really captures that idea of a shining heritage hidden right there in the earth.
That's a great way to think about it. So, okay, let's unpack Panna itself. It's
Yeah.
in the Bundelkhand region, central India.
Mm.
And like you said, it's not just picturesque. It's
Yeah.
historically huge.
Yeah.
The soil there, it doesn't just grow crops. It holds these
For
gems.
centuries.
Yeah, diamonds that have really defined it. It's maybe 50 kilometers or so from Khajuraho, which people might know.
Right, the temples.
Exactly. But Panna's known for its mineral resources, especially diamonds. That's its big claim to fame.
And what's really fascinating here when we talk Panna is its history. I mean, India was actually the first country where people started digging for diamonds.
The very
The very first. And Panna is central to that whole narrative. You can trace the journey of Panna's diamonds.
Yeah.
It goes from ancient times through the Mughals, the British era. These stones ended up in the crowns of kings,
Amazing.
And yeah, then you have those really intriguing stories, almost legendary, linking diamonds like the Kohinoor perhaps back to Panna.
Right, I've heard those. Is there solid proof?
Well, that's the thing. The solid proof connecting that specific diamond is, let's say, still debated by historians.
Okay.
But the fact that these stories even exist tells you how important Panna was, historically speaking.
It really does paint a picture. So, okay, that's the incredible history. How does that connect to today? What's diamond mining like in Panna now?
That's a great question. Because things have definitely modernized. Today, the main mine operations are handled by the NMDC,
In MDC.
National Mineral Development Corporation. It's a government of India undertaking.
Got it.
And the main mine, the big one, is the Majgawan diamond mine.
Majka.
And look, the reason Panna is so special geologically is this rock called kimberlite.
Kimberlite. I've heard of that. Volcanic.
Exactly. It's an igneous rock formed deep down from volcanic activity. And it's basically, the source rock for diamonds. That's where they form.
So how do they get them out? Is it like you see in movies?
Well, maybe not quite like the movies.
Yeah.
It's a long and pretty involved process. First, they have to break up these big kimberlite rocks.
Right.
Then that rock gets pulverized, ground down into really fine material, like a powder almost.
Right.
And then comes washing, lots of water, careful filtering, sifting through everything.
Sounds meticulous.
It is. And what you finally get is the raw diamond. But, and this surprises people, they often don't look like much at first.
Really? Not sparkly.
Not usually, no. They can be sort of dark, like little pebbles. Pretty unassuming, actually. But inside,
Yeah.
that's where the value is.
That's incredible, transforming this dark little pebble. So they've got the raw diamonds. What happens next? They don't just, sell them on the street corner.
Oh, absolutely not, no. These diamonds go through very official channels. They're sold at government auctions.
Auctions, okay.
Yeah, and these are supervised really closely by the district mineral department. You get local traders there, but also international buyers. They all come to bid.
So connecting this to the bigger picture, the economy, this must be pretty significant for the region, for the state.
Oh, definitely. It's huge. I mean, you're looking at thousands of carats extracted every year.
Thousands.
Yeah, and that translates into crores of rupees in revenue for the Madhya Pradesh government.
And a crore is 10 million rupees.
10 million, right. So we're talking substantial amounts of money. But, it's not just the economics. Panna's contribution is also deeply cultural. Well, the whole diamond industry has shaped life there for generations. It's woven into local traditions, folklore.
Mhm.
Families have livelihoods tied directly to these mines, to the earth. It creates this very unique cultural identity linked to the diamonds.
That makes sense. Something so valuable coming from the ground right there. It would shape things. But it's not only about the diamonds in Panta, is it? I heard it's also quite beautiful naturally.
It absolutely is. You're right. Beyond the mines, Panna is, it's a real gift of nature, too.
Mhm.
You've got the Panna Tiger Reserve there.
Ah, yes, tigers.
Tigers, leopards, crocodiles, lots of rare species. It's a big draw for wildlife tourism.
Okay.
And then there are other beautiful spots like the Pandav Waterfall, which is stunning, and the Karnavati River. So yeah, it really offers a lot for tourists beyond just the gems.
Wow. So you could see tigers and then think about diamonds. Quite a mix.
Ah, exactly.
Now, speaking of visitors, there was this one detail I read that sounded almost unbelievable. Something visitors can actually do.
Ah, yes. You must mean the visitor digging experience.
Mm. That's it. Tell us about that.
It's pretty unique. In certain designated areas, you can actually buy a ticket, get some basic tools, and try digging for diamonds yourself.
Seriously, you can just dig.
You can. It's supervised, of course, in
Yeah.
specific plots. But yeah, if you get lucky, I mean, really lucky, you could potentially find a small diamond.
That is amazing. Talk about a souvenir.
It's definitely a blend of tourism and, well, actual treasure hunting you don't really find elsewhere.
Incredible. Okay, so as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, let's pull out maybe a couple of those key, surprising facts about India and diamonds again. What's one that always stands out?
Well, the big one, I think, and it's worth saying again, India was the first country in the entire world where diamond digging actually started.
The pioneers.
Exactly.
And then building on that history, what about Panna's status right now in India today?
Well, despite that incredibly long history, and this does surprise some people, Panna is still India's only active diamond mine today.
The only one.
The only operational one, yes. And look, for anyone wondering about, quality or authenticity,
Right.
these diamonds are all under strict government protection. They go through proper scientific testing for quality. It's all very regulated.
That's good to know. So bringing this all together then, Panna really sounds like much more than just a mine. It's this convergence point.
It really is. You've got nature, minerals, culture, history, the economy. It all comes together there. It feels like a living piece of India's, well, shining heritage, like we said at the start.
A perfect summary.
Maybe here's a final thought, something for you, the listener, to kind of mull over. That soil in Panna, it quietly holds all this history, but also the future, right? So when a diamond comes out of that earth, it's not just a rock. It really is a story.
Mm-hmm.
A story that, maybe you can explore even further yourself.